Welcome in. I hope all of you are having a fantastic Wednesday, wherever you may be across this great country or this great land. We are diving into a lot of different stories here, but we continue to kind of unpack what happened in the NFL draft. And in particular, the Aaron Rodgers drama is still out there. And I don't know, maybe a good idea, Aaron Rodgers clock or Aaron Rodgers chart to see how many days in a row we are going to mention Aaron Rodgers. Before that, it was Deshaun Watson when he demanded a trade. But we don't have the NBA playoffs or the NHL playoffs still starting for another couple of weeks. So I think there's a pretty good chance that we're going to be talking a lot of Aaron Rodgers every single day as we go. But I'll talk a little bit more Aaron Rodgers later in the show and how I think everything is going to work out with Green Bay's quarterback situation. Spoiler alert, I think he's going to go to Denver. But there are interesting odds out about Rookie of the Year. In particular, of the quarterbacks, they are the 5 favorites to win NFL Rookie of the Year at FanDuel. You can go make your bets at fanduel.com/clay. And as I was looking through here, I was trying to figure out, hey, where are the best value plays right now as it pertains to NFL Rookies of the Year? And to me, I think if you break it all down, Trevor Lawrence is a prohibitive favorite right now at plus 270. I don't think he's the best value. The first question you have to ask yourself is, how many of these rookie quarterbacks, let's start with the rookie quarterback analysis, are likely to start week 1 of the 2021 season? And to me, Trevor Lawrence is almost 100%, unless he gets hurt, going to start week 1 of the NFL season. Also, I think Zach Wilson with the Jets, equally likely to start week 1 of the NFL season. So I think both of those guys need to be the favorites right now. Trevor Lawrence plus 270, Zach Wilson 7-1. There's a lot of optimism from Bears fans, and I understand it because you've been dealing with bad quarterback play for a long time. Justin Fields is the second most likely player to win Rookie of the Year. Here's the issue. I think Andy Dalton's going to start week 1 for the Chicago Bears. That's not an indictment of Justin Fields at all. To me, it's just way easier to start the veteran and transition to the rookie than it is to start the rookie, have him not play well, and maybe have to go back to the veteran. So I think that Andy Dalton is going to start for the Chicago Bears. I think that Cam Newton is going to start for the New England Patriots. And I also think that Jimmy G is going to start for the San Francisco 49ers. Now, the question within that larger context is, how long will those 3 guys be the starters? How long will it take Justin Fields to beat out Andy Dalton? How long will it take for Mac Jones to beat out Cam Newton? And how long will it take for Trey Lance to beat out Jimmy G? And so I'll give you my answer here within this construct of NFL Rookie of the Year odds. I believe if you actually look at the larger landscape, I think Jimmy G's actually likely, if he stays healthy, which has obviously been the biggest issue that he's faced, I think Jimmy G's likely to start for this entire year. I believe that the San Francisco 49ers and Kyle Shanahan are going to use Trey Lance a little bit like Patrick Mahomes was used by the Kansas City Chiefs. A guy who is able to come in, learn under a veteran like we saw Patrick Mahomes do with Alex Smith, team that's good enough to make the playoffs, and then after that year you can move on from them. So I think Trey Lance is the least likely player, assuming Jimmy Garoppolo stays healthy, to actually take the field for the San Francisco 49ers among the top 5 picks. What about Justin Fields versus Andy Dalton and Cam Newton versus Mac Jones? To me, those are the 2 most intriguing battles here. Because Mac Jones has nothing in common with Cam Newton. Cam was one of the worst quarterbacks throwing the football last year. He ran it decently. But we talked, some of you may have seen this yesterday on Fox Bet Live. We talked about this. I mean, the numbers that were out there for Cam Newton were downright embarrassing in the offensive passing game. Let me hit you with them because I was like, man, this is a rough situation for Cam Newton. Last year, Cam averaged 177.1 yards per game. That was last in the NFL for quarterbacks with a minimum of 10 starts. He had only 8 passing touchdowns, last in the NFL for a quarterback with a minimum of 10 starts. And his passer rating was 22nd overall. Now, to be fair to Cam, he got COVID. The Patriots had absolutely no offensive receiving weapons. They've since gone out and added Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith, which I think are going to be the quarterback's best friend. They'll be underneath. They'll be open a lot. That should be a throw that Cam can make. But how long is it going to take for Mac Jones to really start to challenge Cam Newton? And how will Bill Belichick and Josh McDaniels adjust the offense? Because they're never going to want Mac Jones to ever run. And they're going to want Cam to continue to use his athleticism a lot. So I can see if Cam is willing to do it, and I don't know the answer about whether or not he's willing to do it, I can see a situation where Cam starts to be used somewhat as a weapon down near the goal line. The guy can score pretty much in first and goal situations every time. And Mac Jones starts to get worked in. So if I were setting an over-under right now for how many games it will take Mac Jones to end up the starter in New England, I would set it right around 8. Because I think about halfway through the season, competitive AFC East, the Bills should be good, the Dolphins should be good, and I think the Jets will be improved. They won't be any good, but they'll be improved. They couldn't be much worse. I think that Bill Belichick's going to look around. They're going to be 4-4, and he's going to see better options with Mac Jones. So I think 8 games there. I don't think that Trey Lance ever starts as long as Jimmy G is healthy. I think that Zach Wilson and Trevor Lawrence are starting every game beginning with week 1. What about Justin Fields? Similarly interesting because Andy Dalton, QB1, the Red Rifle, is right now locked in as the Chicago Bears guy. But Justin Fields being 5-1 to win Rookie of the Year tells you that there are a lot of people out there who believe that Justin Fields is going to start sooner rather than later. So how many weeks does it take Andy Dalton to be replaced as the starting quarterback for the Chicago Bears? I think the answer is 4. I think Andy Dalton starts the first month of the season. I think the Chicago Bears are 2-2. I think they're coming off of a rough loss. We don't even know what their schedule is, but that's kind of what the Bears are. They're a 500 team. I think they'll be 2-2 after 4. And I think by week 5, Justin Fields will be the official starter. So with those predictions, how would you look at the larger NFL Rookie of the Year race? Well, to me, that would mean that Zach Wilson is the best value play here at 7-1 because I have him starting the earliest possible part of the season. Trey Lance is 9-1. I think there's no value. Again, you can go bet these at fanduel.com/Clay. Mac Jones plus 950, but I don't think he's going to come in until around the midpoint of the season. So I think the value is on Zach Wilson. If you think Justin Fields is going to come in and be phenomenal, there might be some value on him at 5-1. This is going to be incredibly interesting to watch. And by the way, if you're curious, non-quarterbacks, the quarterbacks are the first 5 most likely to win the offensive Rookie of the Year. Kyle Pitts, who I think is going to kill it for the Falcons. Jamar Chase, I think he's similarly going to kill it. In fact, if you told me Joe Burrow was going to stay healthy, I would put some money on Jamar Chase at 15-1 to win Rookie of the Year. I think there's great value on him right there. And then you've got Travis Etienne, Devontae Smith, Najee Harris, and Jalen Waddle all at 17-1 or less, and then there's a big drop-off. So that is an interesting debate. How long until all 5 of these guys, the first-round draft picks, are all on the field? I think it'll be next year until all 5 of them start because I don't think Trey Lance is going to start at all this year.